Asexual reproduction in multicellular organism, the first one is fragmentation. With the help of figure we'll see, you can see a Spirogyra figure here, and this Spirogyra is divided into three parts, that is three fragments. And this each fragment grows individually into new organism with an independent life. This type of asexual reproduction occurs in a multicellular organism. This type of reproduction of body of a parent organisms break up into many fragments, and each fragment starts to live as an independent new organism. This type of reproduction occurs in algae like Spirogyra and sponge like Cycon. Whenever there is plenty of water and nutrients are available to Spirogyra, its filaments grow up very fast and break up into many small fragments. Each fragment starts to live independently as a new Spirogyra fiber. If the body of Cycon breaks up accidentally into many fragments, each fragments develop into new Cycon. Asexual reproduction in multicellular organism. Second point is regeneration. With the help of diagram we'll study first. Here you can see planaria. Then planaria is divided into three parts: head, middle and tail part. Now here the head part is getting regenerated, the middle part is getting regenerated and the tail part is getting regenerated. And finally we get three new planaria. You know that wall lizard break up and discard some part of its tail in emergency. Discarded part is regenerated after a period, so you can find the tail again on the lizard. This is an example of limited regeneration. However, under certain situation, an animal planaria breaks up its body into two parts, and thereafter each part regenerates remaining part of the body, and thus two new planaria are formed. This is called as regeneration. Asexual reproduction in multicellular organism. Third point is budding. Now with the help of diagram we'll see what is budding. Now here the hydra, parent hydra is seen. The growth of bird is formed here. The bird develops mouth and tentacles here, and bird detaches from the parent and become independent hydra here. Now in hydra, under favorable condition, at specific part of its body, an outgrowth is formed by repeated division of generative cells of body wall. This outgrowth is called as bud. So it is called as bud here. The bud grows up progressively and finally forms a small hydra. So it forms a small hydra here. Dermal layers and digestive cavity of budding hydra are in continuity with those of the parent hydra. Parent hydra supplies nutrition to the budding hydra. Budding hydra separates from parent hydra and starts to lead independent life when it grows up. Vegetative propagation, with the help of figure we'll see. In the figure it is given here the sweet potatoes, then potatoes, sugar cane and bryophyllum leaves here. So now all these are very important in the vegetative propagation. Now we'll see first one by one reproduction in plants with the help of vegetative parts like roots, stem, leaf and buds is called as vegetative propagation. So you can see here roots, here you can see stem, here you can see leaves and you can see here the buds are formed. Now vegetative propagation in potatoes is formed with the help of the eyes. So here you can see a small eyes are formed on the potato on the tuber, whereas bryophyllums, now this is bryophyllum leaf and performs with the help of buds present on the leaf margin. So you can see it is present on leaf margin. In case of plants like sugarcane and grasses, vegetative propagation occurs with the buds present on the nodes. So you can see it is occurring on the nodes. Plants like carrot, radish performs vegetative propagation with the help of roots. So here you can see they perform with the help of roots. Asexual reproduction in multicellular organism. The last one is spore formation. Now with the figure we'll see first. Now here you can see a bread piece is here. Now this bread piece is being kept for 2-3 days in the humid place and the fungus has grown on in it. Now observe under the compound microscope. The fungi like mucor have filamentous body. Now it is having filamentous body. They have sporangia here. Sporangia is seen. Now from this the spores are formed. Sporangia burst open and spores are released. Spore germinate in moist and warm place and new fungal colony is formed. So here the new fungal colony is formed. Sexual reproduction will see gamete formation. Now here the sexual reproduction always occurs with the help of two germ cells. The female and male gametes are those two germ cells. The two main process occurs in the sexual reproduction. The gametes are formed by the meiosis. So here if you see the human sex cell is shown here, diploid 2n, that is 2n46, and then it is forming the haploid cells, that is n is 23 and n is 23, and you are getting 4 haploid cells, that is n23, 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 n23. In first it will take through meiosis 1 and second through meiosis 2. Now in meiosis chromosome number is reduced to half and haploid gametes are formed. Fertilization in sexual reproduction. Now we'll see with the help of the figure. Here you can see the egg or ovum and sperms here. Now egg is called as a female gamete and the sperms are called as a male gamete. Now the male gamete enters the female gamete and zygote is formed here. Diploid zygote is formed in this process by union of haploid male and female gametes. Zygote divides by mitosis and embryo is formed. Embryo develops to form a new individual. Male parent produces male gamete, female parent produces female gamete or ovum. Fusion of this forms zygote. Zygote has recombined genes of both the parents. Hence the offspring shows some similarities and some differences in the parental characteristics. Genetic variation give rise to diversity in the living organism. Those genetic variations are helpful for adapting to the environment are retained. Such individuals exist and do not become extinct. Sexual reproduction in plants. With the help of figure, we'll see the parts of flower. The first we'll see the stem here. Then you can see receptacle here. It is generation of flower organs. Here we can see carpels, reproduction of female. Then you can see here stigma, style, pollen tube, then ovary and ovules inside. Then petals is a colorful part. It is used for pollination. You can see anthers, you can see filament. It is called as stamen. Reproduction male. Calyx is called as sepal, the protection of flower bud. Flower is a structural unit of sexual reproduction in plants. It contains 4 whorls. Now 4 whorls are which? Here this is called as corolla, this is called as calyx, this is called as gynoecium, this is called as androecium. Arranged in sequence from inside to outside. Androecium and gynoecium are called. So these two are called as essential whorls because they perform the function of reproduction. Calyx and corolla are called as accessory whorls because they are responsible. So these two are responsible for the protection of inner whorls. The member of calyx are called as sepals. So member of calyx is called as sepals and they are green in color here. Member of corolla are called as petals here and they are variously colored. Now we'll see what is bisexual flower. With the help of the figure we'll see first. Here you can see in hibiscus flower. Here androecium is present. Here gynoecium is present in the same flower. An example is hibiscus. Now unisexual flower here means any one whorls are present. Means here male, that is androecium is present in papaya plant here, and female, that is gynoecium, is present in the papaya plant here. So there are two plants, you can say male and female, they are having only one whorl in their plant, that is papaya. Now a flower is called as bisexual if both the whorls are in androecium and gynoecium are present in the same flower, example hibiscus. A flower is called as unisexual if any one of the above mentioned two whorls are present in the flower. Only androecium is present, it is male flower, and only gynoecium is present, it is female flower, example papaya. Many flowers have stalk for support and called as pedicel. So we'll see here, this is pedicel, and such flowers are called as pedicellate. Whereas flowers without stalk is called as sessile. So here the flowers without stalk is called as sessile. Now androecium is male whorl and its members are called as stamens. So here you can see anthers and filaments and called as stamens. Gynoecium is a female whorl and its members are called as carpel. So stigma and style you can see here. This may be separated or united. Ovary is present at the basal end of each carpel. A hollow style, now this is the hollow style, comes up from the ovary. Stigma is present at the tip of the style. Ovary contains one or many vacuoles. Embryo sac is formed in each vacuole by meiosis. Each embryo sac consists of haploid egg cell and two haploid polar nuclei.